Alrighty, yo. So this week has been very interesting to say the least. 2024, we keeping the theme has been accountability this month so far, and right off the bat, we got the WWE. Now I grew up watching wrestling, so this actually kind of hit me a little differently. Vince McMahon, he been wilding. It's been some with these men in power getting exposed again. They getting everything stripped from them. You know, I like to see the accountability. I do hate that it had to happen and all those people had to suffer just for that to happen. But yeah, he was wild. It was all sorts of weirdo stuff in the text messages or what's been said allegedly so far. He was pretty much, the typical forcing women to do certain sex acts to get on the stage and whatnot. Just all around distasteful. But yeah, so I don't. But yeah, he got removed from wrestling, so I don't know. Wrestling may or may not be the same, depending on how it moves forward with everything. But it is a weird dynamic. Definitely is weird all around. But he's getting his just due now. Hopefully he gets his just due and does some jail time. He right up there with P Diddy. They man they people be wilding nowadays. Now this the next couple we were supposed to leave them in 2023. We were supposed to leave them, but however, they just keep coming back, and it's almost like they double down. The chrisean and blueface, so they're back together. Who's surprised? And then she ends up getting like a big old face tat of him, And I look at it like this: it's of course she's gonna go back to him, of course. Like, who else is she gonna go to? Who what Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, she deserves better. She deserves better." Does she though? Like, would you put any of your upstanding family members on a date? Would you set them up with Krishan with all that she's got going on? Probably not. And that's something that we don't want to admit, but we always want to say, "Oh, this person deserves better. They deserve better." If they deserve better, then they would do better to get better outcomes. But if the person keeps doing the same stuff over and over, I can't really say I grant them the leeway of saying that they deserve better. If you're not willing to do the different stuff, if you're not willing to put in the work and heal and learn from your past mistakes, learn from your traumas, if you're not willing to do the work, then how can I say that you deserve something better? As far as I'm concerned, they deserve it. They deserve each other. And what I do notice about when I'm on the outside looking in at certain relationships is that a lot of people sometimes people can be like addicted to that trauma, like they're addicted to the high highs and the low lows. So once that brain gets hooked on that sort of pattern, they become addicted to that, and that's all they know. So you could set Krishan up with a nice upstanding gentleman that work a nice job or whatever. But if a week go by and there's no argument, her brain is gonna feel off altered because she's used to being souped up on this dopamine adrenaline rush all the time from these dramatic events that happen. And so when her brain goes from that to normal, she's gonna be fiending some sort of attention or some sort of drama. So at this point with those types of people, it's a lost cause. They deserve each other. Hopefully, we can just push them off on an island somewhere and then let their drama not bleed over to everything else. And I think constantly seeing them in the media is bad for everybody else because, and we'll say it's mostly women. Mostly women. You guys watch this stuff. You guys consume these messages and watch this behavior as if it's normal, and then you think that's normal, and then you kind of get like a second dose of adrenaline rush, or we'll say a secondary high low. So And then if you watch enough of that, you become like, that's your new level of brain operation. Then when you get in a relationship and it's a regular, you might say, "Oh, this is boring. There's no drama. There's no beating, cheating, or scheming." If it ain't none of that, then you're bored. So unfortunately, for those types of people that's already addicted to that, they got to go through some rehab, some self discovery, learn a couple of new hobbies, and then maybe they can be um, reacclimated into the public. But until they do that, they lost cause, and I would avoid them or just pair them up with each other and hopefully they can just go on off and not be pissing in the dating pool, as y'all would say it. Also, other thing that I seen, there's a new game called Pal World, and apparently it's a Pokemon knockoff. I know a lot of people want to say it's different, but I've seen a couple of designs, and it's damn near copy and paste. What this game gives off. I never played the game, but I just looked at certain aspects of it. But from what I get, it's pretty much a, if you had some disgruntled employees that got fired from Pokemon staff and they got onto a new company and they became managers really fast, that's the type of game that came out. Like, hey, we could use this. Let's make this game over here. That's what this game is kind of giving me the vibes of. It gives me the vibes of disgruntled employees from Pokemon or maybe even Digimon or something, and they then went overseas or went across the hallway or down the street or 2 states over and made their own game using all the stuff that they're used to. The game just looks so much of a knockoff. I'm really surprised that they can't sue for that, but I guess it is what it is. And then the last topic, and we're going to wrap it up, the Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion beef. So, from my understanding, Nicki Minaj has been taking little bitty jabs here and there with a couple of older a couple of diss tracks here. She's been throwing a couple of disses here and there. And then Megan Thee Stallion, she dropped like a diss track. She was dissing a lot of people, but the one bar that kind of stood out was the Megan's Law bar. And for those that don't know, Megan's Law is the law where if you're a registered offender, you got to register. Or if you're a registered sex offender, you got to register. You got to go door to door and knock, on people's doors, announce yourself. And you can't live within a certain amount of feet of a park or a school. You can't be around kids. It's a whole little ordeal going on once you get this attached to your jacket. So, yeah, very, very interesting that. But Nicki Minaj's husband has it, and her brother also has that as well. So for her to say the Megan's Law bar, it definitely hit home for Nicki. And then Nicki spent she spent a good time just kind of crashing out, just saying little one-liners here and there. And then she started bringing up, Megan's deceased family. Rest in peace to the deceased. Then she waited a couple days, then dropped the diss tape, and the diss track was pretty much everything she said before, but reiterated. And this is what I hate when people do. They do this I'm not really trying, but I got some more dirt. If you keep poking me, I got more. No, the more dirt should have been dropped in the first scenario. We not trying to have y'all go back and forth for 5 diss tracks in a row. Nobody's gonna listen to that. You're gonna get bored really quick. Nobody will want to see that. But yeah, I don't know. I do think Nicki is definitely tripping, especially when you bring in the dead relatives and stuff. I know in battle rap or in in rap beef, anything goes. But so sort of like a moral compass person. It's certain things that you don't want to. It's certain things that should be beneath you to say, and if you have to stoop that low, it's probably because you really felt hurt by that. And it is what it is. Now, if you ask me, Nicki Minaj loses every rap beef because you married a pedo. I'm sorry, you lose every rap beef from here on out. That's just the rules. I didn't make them, but you can't really come back from that. I don't think. Well, the 1 foot, blue foot, red foot, 2 foot, that ain't happening. That ain't working out. That Then she said, for a beat you can hit Megan Raw, but you gotta you let a pedophile hit you raw, and now he can't come to the birthday party. He can't come to his own son's birthday party. He can't field trip for his own son's school activities. It's nasty work all around. Another layer is now this might be going too deep, but I'm kind of looking at the people kind of funny that's kind of glossing over this Megan's Law bar, and they just want to ignore pedophilia and try to gas up Nicki. I know Nicki Minaj fan. If you're a Nicki Minaj fan, I think the best thing for you to do is just sit this one out. Nicki's clearly crashing out. She's dissing the dead. She, pedophile bars is hitting hard to her. She's not taking it well, apparently. So if you're a Nicki Minaj fan, the best thing you can do is just sit this one out. Don't wear red. Don't wear pink for the next couple of days. Just wear red. And, maybe another month or so, this will all blow over. In the event that it doesn't, oh well. And not to say that Megan is a great person. Megan is a horrible person too. Megan just had a rap beef with her ex, and she lost that one. So now this time she come with some facts. So, but we're unbiased here. We not biased. We just listen to the bars, and the bars of reality is always going to hit more than imaginative ones. So, well, if that's it, that's all I got for today. Stay tuned for next episode, and we're gonna be here every Monday.